What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down how to run an inside breaking route, more specifically a dig route versus an inside shade off man DB. So we're going to be talking about what you need to do, what you need to attack, why you shouldn't necessarily just attack as leverage. You should attack as leverage, but there's more to it, and just how you guys can create some overall separation on inside breaking routes versus inside shade DB. So I hope this video gives you guys some value. Hopes it teaches you just a few different things about just the ins and outs of route running as well. But also, fellas, if you guys want 8 weeks of wide receiver gym training workouts, check out that very first link in the description, fellas, for our wide receiver gym bundle. What it is an 8-week workout schedule with the specific reps, specific exercises, rest periods, all the above that you need to do to become a better wide receiver on the field. It'll help your speed off the line, explosiveness at the top of the route, balance, core strength, grip strength, all the above that you need to improve on to be a better wide receiver, specific exercises for wide receivers as well. So check out that very first link in the description, fellas. Hope you guys can check out our wide receiver gym bundle. Let's get started. So first things first, inside shade DB, right? So anytime I'm working against off man, there's always something that everybody says that you need to do, and that's attack leverage, right? And so this receiver does do that at first, but this is not the only thing you need to do on this, because if you guys got an inside shade, and again, we're like on the numbers, he's inside the numbers, inside shade, and I got to run an inside breaking route like a dig. So I can't just obviously just go run this thing because I'm going to run right into him. And same thing if I attack his leverage, because you know what a DB's taught to do? When a DB's inside shade, what he's taught to do when you have a guy when a receiver attacks his leverage, he keeps his leverage. Because what in the grand scheme of things, why is a DB inside shade? If you guys can understand the reason why behind a lot of coverages, you can create a ton of separations with your routes because you already know how the DB's thinking. A DB's inside shade because he doesn't have any help to the inside. The sideline is his help. So he's trying to force you to this open field. So if you attack his leverage, he's been taught not to give up the inside because that's where he doesn't have help. So he's just going to keep his leverage. So for a lot of people, I asked this the other day, like, hey, what makes you think this route works? Put that on my Instagram story. What makes you think that this route actually works? Why did this route work? And a lot of people said, oh, it's because he attacked his leverage. That's not the only reason, because if you just attack your leverage, the DB is going to keep his leverage. We got to threaten him to his outside shoulder and threaten him to all this green grass over here where he's not going to be able to get at. So this receiver does a good job of stemming him to the inside for sure, but then he does a great job of pushing up vertical to that outside shoulder, because right now, what do I want to sell? I want to sell like I'm running just an out route. I want to sell because if you guys have an outside breaking route against inside shade DB, you want to attack his leverage because you want him to keep his leverage to the inside. And then guess what? We created all that space for myself and for my quarterback to where I can accelerate out. Now, this kind of ties into that, but you see how he did attack the outside shoulder. He attacked his leverage, but then he attacked the outside shoulder. That's where we want to get to, because we want to force a hip turn. We want to force that DB to commit to the outside. I can't just run up, attack his leverage, and square him up and then run this dig, because even if I attack him way to the inside, I still might have screwed up the spacing of the route. So we got to make sure I keep spacing, got to make sure I keep timing, but also got to make sure that I get this DB to turn his hips. So we decided to go with this square cut right here. So this square cut is where you drop on this inside leg, so it's like a 4-step break, right? So you snap with the inside, take the second step, third, fourth step. So it's 4 steps. So you drop on the inside leg, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you see how he gives that little head and shoulder fake to the outside? Because we're trying to sell like I'm doing an inside leverage off man out route. A 10-yard out, I'm attacking his leverage, and I'm breaking to the out. We want to get him to be over anxious. We want to get him to drive on this out because, again, he's really got a lot of ground to cover. If I just come off this thing and run, I should probably beat him there every single time because of how much space I have to accelerate. So that's what we have to sell. That's what we have to get to, right? If you're in a situation where maybe you got to run like a hard post, maybe you don't want to attack his leverage. Maybe you just want to go straight up at the outside shoulder, but the same thing remains consistent. Inside breaking route against an inside shade DB, you got to push to the outside shoulder. You got to try to force him to turn his hips and think vertical or think an outside breaking route so we could slip back underneath and either work a throw by or just work a sudden change of direction. Let's watch this thing full speed right now. This is a great example of what to do. Attack the leverage at first, then attack the outside shoulder and get back to the inside. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to leave those in the comments below. I always appreciate the feedback, always appreciate the new ideas for videos. And again, fellas, 8-week wide receiver gym training program. Check out that very first link in the description. All the specific things you need to do as a wide receiver to improve your game in the gym. Hope you guys can check that out soon. Very first link below. I'll see you guys next time.